Today is a very, very auspicious day. It's the beginning of Navaratri, and we know that on 6th of April, Ramanavami is the birthday, Pirandanan of Sri Rama. Today is the beginning. And I am happy and I feel blessed to be at Therazendur, this holy place, the place where the great poet Saint Kamban was born. He lived, he walked, he played. I feel so happy. For me, coming to this place is like a pilgrimage. This place is a holy tirtham. After all, what is tirtham? A place, a punita place, where a great soul appears. And who could be a soul greater than Kavi Chakravarti, Kamban, who was such a great devotee of Sri Rama and such a great scholar. He wrote Ramavataram, what we call Kamban Ramayana. About Kamban Ramayana, I read in my school when I was in Patna. As a school student, I read about Kamban Ramayana. As a student, when I read, at the time, a high school student, then there was a wish. There was a wish I had that someday I should like to visit the place where Kamban was born. Kamban wrote Ramayana. And I am fortunate, perhaps it is the wish of Sri Rama, that I came to Tamil Nadu. I have been visiting this place again and again. It is unfortunate that our young people are, why only young? Even adults, senior adults, we don't hear much. When I came to Tamil Nadu 3.5 years ago, I expected to hear about Kamban wherever I went. Because disciple of Kamban, much later, Tulsidas, who was inspired by Kamban, when he wrote Ramayana, you go in place in north, UP, Bihar, places, you will find Tulsi Ramayana. I thought, when I came to Tamil Nadu, I thought, similarly I will be able to see Kamban all around. But I couldn't see that. Contribution of Kamban and Kamban Ramayana is not yet fully understood and appreciated here. Kamban did not just write Ramayana. What he did, he inspired poets and saints in other Indian languages. They followed Kamban. They also wrote a story of Sri Rama. And Sri Rama became our national cultural icon. Any part of the country you go, not only here, Tamil Nadu, go to Kamrup, go to Northeast, go to Kashmir, go to Punjab, go to Kutch, any part, you see Sri Rama. Sri Rama became our national icon. The culture that developed following Kamban Ramayana in other Indian languages, inspired by Kamban, other writers, it shaped a common culture, what we call Bharatiya culture. Kamban was the father, was the creator of Bharatiya culture. We know that Ramayana was first written by Adi Kavi Valmiki. He had written Ramayana in Sanskrit. It was the language of scholars, people, those who studied. But what Kamban did, he wrote the story of Sri Rama in our great ancient Tamil language, made a story of Sri Rama easily understood, accessible to common people. He brought Sri Rama to the heart of common Indians, common Bharatiya. When at the beginning we saw Terkud, this Terkud In my childhood, in my village, as a young boy, I used to wake up for nights together to sit in the village and watch Ram Leela, similar to this Terkud that we saw. Nights and nights together. Balakand to Aranyaka, all the Kanda, Sri Rama being born, getting married, going to for study, various phases, Vanavas, going fighting, coming back. All these stories we used to see. And people, the common people learned the story of Sri Rama through such activities, through such performances. The stories of Ramayana has shaped our values. How should a son behave with the father? How should brother behaves with the brother? What should the relation between husband and wife? What should be the relation between ruler and the people? What should be relation of the people with the nature? Everything is there in Ramayana. It has shaped our collective values. Anywhere in the country you go, when there is a fight between two brothers, there is a dispute, reference will be given, be brother like Bharata. This is what has shaped us. Now, the person, the great Kamban who wrote Ramayana and which made it in a local language and made it possible for the common people to shape their life, to develop a collective value system, culture, which created this Rashtra nation called Bharat. Kamban was not just a mere poet. Kamban was a Bharat Nayakam. We are so proud of our Tamil culture. We are so proud of our Tamil language. It is the most ancient language and such a vibrant culture. This culture has been shaped by great poet saints like Kamban. Kamban is the soul, Kamban Ramayana is the soul of Tamil culture. And when we see today that in the land of Kamban, we seem to be forgetting him, we seem to be forgetting our culture. No, this is not acceptable. Too much of politics has actually taken a very serious toll on our culture. Today we talk about Tamil culture, and if we truly talk about Tamil culture, we should be talking about Kamban, we should be talking about Kamban Ramayana, but hardly anybody talks about. What kind of Tamil culture we are talking about? This politics has done so much damage, so much harm. It is not good. We cannot allow decline of our great Tamil culture. We know that we have a Prime Minister Narendra Modi, a great devotee of Tamil language, Tamil culture. I don't remember if any one leader after independence of our country has done so much for promotion of Tamil language and Tamil culture as Prime Minister Modi has done it. He took our language and culture, created Thiruvalluvar Center in Singapore, Thiruvalluvar Chair in Malaysia, Thiruvalluvar Chair in Boston in America, Thiruvalluvar Park in France, Thiruvalluvar Center in Fiji, Thiruvalluvar Chair in Banaras Hindu University. He took our pride, Tamil Sengol, and installed in the new Parliament building. Kashi Tamil Sangamam, we know how close is the relation of Kashi and Tamil. He rejuvenated it. Kashi Saurashtra Sangamam, again over 1,000 years old relation. A great devotee of Kamban himself. You remember last year, January 2024, before going to Pran Pratishtha in Ajodhya, he came to Sri Rangam, sat in the Kamban Mandapam, and where the great Kamban had performed his Arangetram, performed his first recital. He listened Kamban Ramayana. And when I told him about the status of Kamban Ramayana, about Kamban here, he was deeply concerned. When I shared with him about the situation, that how we seem to be forgetting Kamban and Kamban Ramayana here, he said, no. Tamil culture is the pride of our whole country, Bharat. We cannot let that happen. We must do everything possible to revive, rejuvenate Kamban and Kamban Ramayana. We must take pride. Today our country is growing, rising in the world. But we cannot just rise by forgetting our past. We rise with pride in our past because that is our identity, that is our culture. Kamban is the soul of Tamil culture and it must be revived. It was his decision that we must organize things, we must encourage the people. And so the South Zone Cultural Center and Thiru, Gopal Krishnan, its director, who is here, they will conduct events for the next 8 days, today onward till 6th of April, to make people conscious about it. This is a modest attempt that we must remember, we must revive our Tamil culture. With our old institutions like Kalagam, Kamban Kalagam, must be energized, must be active. We must have more of Terkud, those who perform, a street artist performing Ramayanam. We must do that. We must revive. And what better place to begin than the place where the great Kamban was born. So that is why it was Prime Minister Modi's decision. We must start here from Kamban Ramayana.